All right, guys, tonight is December 8th, and this is our Team Lead by Example call, and we have a guest speaker, Leah Brownell, and she is going to tell us how she is just so awesome. And I have followed her, and I like how real she is, so I had asked in our Wisconsin Marketing Council who would be open to just sharing kind of their practices, and it was awesome because every single one of them said, I'll be on your team call. So I was scared to ask that question because you never know what people are going to say, but she jumped right at it and was more than willing to. So I am going to let her take over. So Leah, it's all yours.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy to be with you guys. I love being on other teams' calls because, we know what our 3 vital behaviors are and we can all do them, but everybody does things a different way. So the more we share with each other, the more we benefit from it because, someone else's way might just click with us. So I'm just going to share kind of some things that I teach my team on how to stay organized and how I kind of keep myself organized and how I got started and how things have kind of evolved since I started coaching. So hopefully you guys will find this information beneficial. And if at any time you have a question, just jump right in. This is like super informal. I'm a elementary phy ed teacher, so just like blurt it out. I'm really used to that. All right, I'm going to share the screen because I did do a presentation here. Oh shoot, I have to first share it, I think. All right. Okay. So, all right. So organization is the key to rocking your biz. And I may be a type A personality, but when it came to organizing this business, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where to start. There was a lot of trial and error that happened, but I did find a system that worked really well for me. And, I find myself flourishing in my business when I stick to that plan. So just a little bit about me. I've been coaching since end of June, technically, 2014. I signed up on June 18th, which was my 3rd wedding anniversary. I just wanted to lose weight. I tried my wedding dress on and it was like a disaster. It didn't fit anymore. So like that day, literally, I contacted my upline coach, who was just an acquaintance of mine on Facebook. And I was like, help me, please. You post about this 21-day fix thing. I want to do it, whatever. So I lost 15 pounds in the 21 days. And since I'm a teacher, I kind of thought I would take on that coaching as my summer job or whatever. I didn't really expect to grow to a 4-star diamond, within a year, but that's what happened. I was excited that I became a diamond coach in 60 days. I was like, whoa, this is great. Like I can do this. My team name is Team Move America. And I am a Success Club 5 All-Star. I've been in Success Club 5 for 18 months, and I'm at 9 months with Success Club 10. And so far in 2015, I have 152 Success Club points. So that's something that is a high top priority for me as Success Club. This January, I'm attending the New Leader Conference in Los Angeles. I'm really excited about that. I earned my free hotel room as well. So super jacked to learn some new trainings that I can bring back to my team. And as I mentioned before, I'm a full-time phy ed teacher. I live in Baraboo, Wisconsin. I don't know. It's kind of by Wisconsin Dells. It's home of Circus World. Maybe put that on the map for you. But okay, so I always tell my coaches to treat their business like a business. A lot of times when people sign up, their upline coach might talk to them about the 3 types of coaches. There's the one coach that is just signed up as a coach for the discount. They enjoy Shakeology. They enjoy the fitness programs, and they just want the 25% discount. They don't want to work the business whatsoever. Then we have what I call a hobby coach, and it's somebody that they kind of dabble in the business end of things, but for the most part, they just like the discount and they like the accountability. And, if they help somebody along the way, great. Maybe they even pay for their Shakeology every month. That's great too. And then there are people like myself and Jen who are treating this like a business because it either is our full-time job, we were able to leave our other job behind, or that's what we're working towards. And for me, I've been doing this just about a year and a half. My vision in the future is to pay off the rest of my student loan debt, and then, be able to stop teaching and do this full time. I need to get to a certain point of comfort with my, paying off my student loans first. But, your business deserves to be where it is at right this moment. So if you are, sitting at month 5 of not reaching Success Club 5, it's time to really take a good look at the things that you're doing every day and your daily practices, because the things that you have been doing, that's why your business is the way that it is. And it's kind of one of those tough love things that it's not always fun to hear. And I remember my upline coach saying the same thing to me, those months that I struggled, but it's definitely eye-opening. So I really like this quote: organizing is what you do before you do something so that when you do it, it's not all mixed up. So, treating your business like a business means, you have a goal, but if you don't have a plan, it's not going to happen. So that's what we're going to talk about in the next, couple minutes here. So for me, just a typical day, I work out before school. If I don't work out before I go to work, I come home and I'm too tired and I sit on the couch and I don't do anything. So I know that taking care of me has to be a number one priority, because if I'm not walking the talk, no one's going to follow my lead. So my workout comes first. I check that box. And that usually, is my first post of the day. I have a following that, kind of starts at like 6:30 in the morning. I know exactly when I need to post to reach that market. It's all those people that wake up early in the morning. Maybe they haven't worked out yet. Maybe they're looking at my page for a little boost of inspiration. Maybe they just finished their workout. But, I think about the thoughts that are going through my head as I'm working out. Maybe I didn't want to wake up. Maybe I hit snooze 5 times. Maybe I have a sore muscle. Maybe I nailed my workout. That's kind of what comes first for me in the morning. Obviously, next is my Shakeology every single morning. And a lot of times it's on my way to work as I'm like flying out the door. And then I go to my full-time job and I literally teach back-to-back-to-back classes. So I don't have a lot of time to check on, Facebook or Coach Online Office or anything like that while I'm at work. I do get a little bit of a lunch break. So at that time, sometimes I'm, checking in my messages to see if any of my coaches need something, or checking in my team page, responding to inquiries or friend requests, that type of thing. I don't really post during the daytime. I found that time of day is not really successful for me. Plus, if I'm at work, I'm not supposed to really be posting on Facebook, so we'll just keep that on the down low. But I do work a little bit, maybe, for like a half hour. If I do have time during the day, I'm usually looking for like YouTube videos and things to share with my team, or personal and professional development for myself. So, my real Beachbody work comes after I get home from school. So that's usually between, 4 o'clock, 4:30. I always post something right away, at that time, just to start gaining some affinity on my social media in case I have a bigger post coming later in the evening. And then it kind of depends on my husband's schedule. He coaches sports. So like tonight he had a game all, since after school. He actually just got home. So I was able to work right away after school. I went for a hike and then I came home and I worked. That's when I get my power hour done. If he's home early, I just kind of adjust it to when we want to spend time together. As a upline diamond coach, I do take on more responsibility. So I know that just an hour a day for myself isn't going to cut it. So I usually spend about 2 hours a day. Not every day, definitely not on Saturdays. Saturdays are kind of like my day off, I guess you could say. But, anywhere between 1 and 2 hours is basically what I'm working. So, and then, I have an evening post of some sort. Maybe it's like a a hard truth that, maybe I was getting a bunch of the same type of objection that day. Maybe I'm going to sort of call people out on their excuses, or I'm going to invite to my next upcoming challenge group or whatever it may be. And then I squeeze in some family time, and bedtime is kind of like when I get tucked in with my, personal development book. Right now I'm reading The Millionaire Messenger by Brandon Bouchard. And if you have not read that yet, I really highly recommend it. So I have some things that I must check off during my power hour. And I kind of have like that squirrel brain where I can when I sit down and I want to get really focused on work, I get right into it, but I very easily can get distracted. So this is a really good time where I put my phone in another room, I turn on some music, and I get to my checklist. And I'll share a different way of looking at this. I have a document that I have for my team as well. So top thing, that I do every day is to add people to Facebook. Sometimes it's 3 people. 3 people for me is like my minimum. These are people that, if I clicked on my hubby's name, friends of his that I can reach out to, and it's not going to be weird. Like, hey, my husband, I like, meeting new people. You guys go to high school together, that type of thing. So after that, I, go to building relationships with people that I had previously friended. So I always lead with a non-Beachbody conversation. I feel like it's, really salesy, and I hate cold calling, and I did it all the time when I first started, and it's not successful. So building those relationships is really important. I stop by their Facebook page, I see what they're up to, and I, comment on their pictures, like on their pictures, send them a private message. Where'd you get that necklace? I love those earrings, stuff like that, just to kind of get a conversation going. Right now, it's really easy because it's the holidays, and, you could ask, do you have big plans for Christmas? Are you going home for Christmas? What are your family traditions that you guys do? Or do you have any healthy recipes to share? That type of thing. So, and then I send 3 challenge group invites, and those are with already formed relationships with people. Again, I hate that salesy cold call stuff. So I always make sure that we've at least been chatting a little bit on and off for at least, a couple days. Each week I aim to invite 5 people to the coaching opportunity. And this has been probably my biggest learning curve. Right now I'm focusing more on my current challengers and helping them transition into coaching. Because I find that it's an easier market because these people already believe in the products and the programs that we have. So it's a much easier sell, I guess you could say, and try to talk them into, getting their Shakeology paid for, get your fitness programs paid for. It's a lot easier than sharing this abstract coaching idea with, a friend from social media. So, and then of course I have some follow-ups, whenever I message somebody, if I don't hear back from them, I give it like a day or 2, and then I always follow up. Or if our conversation kind of dwindled off, I will go back and revisit that conversation. I'm always checking Coach Online Office. I'm very paranoid about that. Looking for those red inactives, looking at, if it's somebody's Shakeology order didn't go through, checking my coach's downlines. I've tried to help them, be really proactive about checking their own downline, but I still kind of comb through it as well, especially, when you're trying to qualify for something. I never am able to listen in on the National Wake Up Call because I'm always in the middle of a class. So a lot of times I'm catching up on something like that. Or, there's another, upline team call happening that I can't make. I will watch that back, share those things with my team. I'm always looking for professional development. In the 3 vital behaviors, there's personal development, but I think professional development's different. Professional development for me is, how am I going to continue to grow my like page? How am I working towards finding my niche market so that I can target them on Pinterest? Personal development for me is, that stuff that's inside my little insecurities that I'm trying to, strengthen, like my leadership skills, or, just having a positive mindset, those types of things. So I'm looking for professional development and posting ideas and scripts and that type of thing for my team. I've got my team of just my personally sponsored coaches, and then we have a little bit larger team of their coaches as well. So I kind of tailor my posts a little bit differently in each of those groups. And then I check into all of my challenge groups. Usually I save that part for like the very end of the day. A lot of our challengers, don't check in till after dinner. So I kind of save that part. I might even do that sometimes, like right before I go to bed, just quick look on my phone and post my accountability. And then just like scroll through and look for my challengers and see how their day went and comment and like, and make sure that I'm really, adding value to the group with them. And then, as I said, I like to read right before I go to bed. So I created this visual just to kind of help my team with their time management. We actually did, last night we did a live power hour. I'm part of Melanie Mitro's, network. So she led a live power hour, and we all got on and we went through our entire power hour together. It was really awesome. Learned a lot of, great things from those top coaches. But this one is one that we've done with our team before. So we get really diligent about it. And again, I could get sucked into like commenting and liking people's pictures all day long, but I try to keep it to a minimum. So, get your phone out. Be really diligent. Don't spend a lot of time after you send a message to somebody. If you're not done with the rest of your power hour, ignore your notifications, ignore the likes on your latest post, and just get this power hour done, because you go and check your picture to see how many likes it got, you're going to get sucked in. All right. So make sure you check these things off. This is roughly, messaging back and forth with people takes a little while. So that's why I have, 25 minutes allocated to that. But, these are the top things that, you really need to have done every single day. So, and then just again, the 3 vital behaviors, they go in order of importance, which I didn't know. I just learned that recently. But it really makes sense. You have to invite to the opportunity. You just have to. You have to share what is working for you, being proof of the product. People need to see you actually doing it. I get disappointed when a new program comes out like Hammer and Chisel, and I have coaches on my team that don't buy it. How are you going to sell that to somebody? How are you going to show somebody that is in a lull in their fitness that this is, that kick in the pants that they need to take their fitness to the next level? So, and then personal and professional development as well. Okay, so this Success Club All-Stars sheet here, it's 100 stars on a sheet of paper. We started doing this on my team this summer. I aim to fill the entire sheet out, and those are all the people that I invite and talk to in a month. So I aim for 100 people a month, and I hit Success Club 10 plus every single month, plus get my hubby to Success Club 5. So, honestly, it just is a numbers game. And then what's great about this sheet is you have people's names. And what I do, I don't know, can you guys see me as well? Anybody? Can you see me? So what I do is, I write the names on here and then I'll key it. So I'll take different colored highlighters. And so if I'm just, just making a connection with somebody, I'll circle it in, one color highlighter. And then I know, okay, I'm going to follow up with that person at another time. I kind of write some notes down here about people that I'm ready to close the deal with. But as you see, I still have a ways to go. Actually, my printer ran out of ink, so I have everybody listed here instead. But anyways, so I aim to invite 100 people every single month, and it's worked really well for me. I was like a solid Success Club 5 person before. Since implementing this, it's gone way up. So if you haven't downloaded your Facebook friends list, I highly recommend it. And I downloaded mine over the summer, and I haven't even gotten to everybody on here to invite. I'm still working on it. I don't really bother inviting the males. I usually just invite the females, and then I'll just cross their name off after I invite them. But since I've been adding so many new people, since I first printed that, I need to download it and reprint a new copy with the new names on there. But so that's kind of something that I keep for keeping track of people. I keep this stars sheet and I keep it in my binder so that I can go back. You know, I know some coaches use the bat. I just can't look at stuff on a screen. Like, I have to do paper and pencil. The only thing that stinks about this is it doesn't have people's names in like an alphabetical order. So like if you're looking for one particular person, it's probably going to take you a while to find it. But I don't know, it works for me, so I'm just going to stick with it. I do ask for referrals, so I will reach out to people that have had success in programs. And, you know, first of all, I want to present the coaching opportunity to them because they did have such great success. But I also will just say, hey, you really rocked the 21-day fix. Have you, by chance, shared that, you know, your success with anybody else? Do you have any names of anyone who you think might benefit from the accountability groups that I run? You know, so I first start out with like a big compliment to them, like, hey, you really kicked butt. And then I'll kind of lead into, hey, I bet you know somebody who could benefit from this. And I'll just ask, and, you know, you could do like a referral bonus. Sometimes I'll do $15. That's like my standard. I just was talking to a woman tonight who is unable to afford a challenge pack. So I said, hey, I'd love to help you get some of this paid for. I do a $25 referral bonus. So if you found, you know, a handful of girlfriends to join you, you could have your whole program paid for. And then I just PayPal them back that money. So referrals work really well. If you're looking to add to your network, you can always join, you know, different types of Facebook groups. Like if you're a mom, you can be a part of the mommy group, or, you know, clean eating recipes, or, you know, like I know like endometriosis, like support groups and stuff like that, like thyroid support groups. There's a support group for every single thing out there. So you could connect with people that, you know, are very much like you. And you're only going into those groups just to create friendships and add those people as friends on Facebook. You're not leading with any sort of, you know, salesy beach body anything. You're just going there to make some friendships. And then, you know, once you guys start chatting back and forth, they'll come check out your page and they'll see what you're all about and they might ask about it. And so it kind of leads into it that way. I said before that I looked at my husband's Facebook friends and I added a bunch of people. I went through and I added a bunch of my coworkers that I wasn't friends with. You know, we got like 40 brand new teachers in our district this year. So I added all the girls. And yeah, as I said, I keep these sheets every single month and then I kind of just, you know, peek at them. And, you know, you can always code like the people that you need to follow up with again with a different highlighter color or something like that too. And so this is a trick that I have, you know, always having people to invite. You should definitely save this graphic. These are not my own quotes. I got this from, I think, Jessica Pisola, and I just created my own graphic. But I really like, you know, it's just a reminder of how to connect with people, whether it's a brand new person that you just added, whether you're forming non-Beachbody, you know, conversation type stuff, and then whether you're inviting. So I find that these are really, you know, beneficial. And if you're strapped for time, it's great because you can copy and paste. And I know my biggest worry with that is it's not going to seem genuine, but if you're copying and pasting an invite to somebody, you should have already formed with them and it shouldn't seem weird. It shouldn't seem salesy because you've built that trust with them. Checking in with current customers. I know I definitely need to do better at this. You know, in the beginning, I wasn't tracking anything. And then, you know, you have those people when you're trying to get to Diamond, you know, your discount coaches cancel Shakeology and, oh my God, like I just lost my Diamond. You know, I get that. That really, really stinks. What I did was I created a Facebook group, and every time somebody goes through their first 30-day challenge group with me, I add them to this Facebook group just so it's kind of like a holding place. And then what I do there is I will share recipes from my blog. I'm doing this like plank challenge on my like page. I'll share that there. People will ask questions in there. So I definitely don't post it every single day, but it's just a nice way to keep that relationship going with people. And like right before I have a challenge group starting, I'll post in there like, hey, anybody want extra accountability over the holidays? I have a group starting such and such date. So they don't feel like you made the sale, they went through the challenge group, now your services for them are done. Like I want my people to know that you are welcome to ask me questions at any time. You are welcome to join any group at any time. And that group kind of runs itself. People will post, recipes that they find too, which is kind of nice. One time I ran a Biggest Loser challenge in that group too. Just with my previous customers, all they did was pay in $20. So let's see. I keep a calendar, just like a regular calendar. And when somebody buys a challenge pack, I write their name on the date and I write the number 1 and I circle it. And then I count 25 days into whatever, it's the next month or whatever. And then I will have like Leslie Berg, 25 circled. That's her 25th day. Then I know I need to send her a message and let her know her next Shakeology order is coming, and see if she likes her flavor, see if how much she has left, see if she would like to switch to packets. Maybe she's going on a trip and she needs to fly and she won't have her Shakeology. So I'm just kind of checking in with them to see how things are going and kind of give them a heads up that their next order's coming. I did not do this in the beginning, and people would get so pissed at me. They didn't understand what home direct meant, and they would get this, $104 or $140 charge on their bank account, and they would, message me just like practically yelling at me. And it was my fault. I did not provide very good customer service. So that's a big shift that I've made, just because, you might have somebody that just cancels Shakeology because they're not drinking it every day and they have mounds and mounds of it built up in their cupboard. Well, we need to find out, why aren't you drinking it every day? We know that people who do have better results. So we need to know that sort of thing. Maybe they are making it wrong and they don't like the taste of it. Maybe they should switch to packets. There's all these different things. Some people don't know how to change their flavor. So checking in with them around day 20, day 25 is a really good idea. And sometimes, like if they're saying, before their first 30 days, oh my gosh, I love this stuff, I'm definitely ready to, get my next order, then you got to help them upgrade to coach. All right, so as an upline diamond, I always offer myself to do one-on-one calls with my coaches. I'm happy to do that at any time. I have a Google Doc on my team page, but I definitely don't hunt anybody down. I'm not going to chase anybody down. Like I'm here to be, side by side with my coaches, and I'm not going to pull them, from in front and take the lead. I want them to be, meeting me halfway. So they have to initiate it. And then we do a team call once a month, the last Monday of the month, just to kind of go over what the next month looks like, what our challenge groups are. We might talk about a certain topic, and just do kind of like a check-in with each other. I take the responsibility of going to our even larger network pages like Melanie Mitro's page and Alyssa Showmaker's page, and I will take information from those pages and share them to my team page. I don't add all my new coaches to those pages because they're going to be part of like 10 different groups. So I do a lot of sifting through information, seeing what is going to be valuable to my team, a lot of inspirational type things, stuff just to kind of light everybody's fire every once in a while. We all need that. So I share my scripts. I share what's going well. If I find another coach that has a really great post, we'll share that. If it's a coach on our team, we like to give them like a fist bump. I post my own business accountability, like how many invites I've gotten out. I like to do a lot of coach shout outs and highlights. Like if someone takes initiative and like opens up a team page or cleans up one of our documents or starts a free challenge group or something like that, I really like to acknowledge them. And it's part of my responsibility is to just kind of like, if you have too many cooks in the kitchen, it's really hard to get anything done. So I feel like my job is to kind of like, okay, let's lay out the month like this. Now you guys share ideas. And then I'm always asking myself, how can I be a better leader? Which again is why I'm just so extremely excited to go on this new leadership retreat. So our month kind of looks like this. We used to this is actually the first month where we're only doing one challenge group. We thought, let's try one challenge group and see how it goes, especially in the month of December when it's kind of a busier month anyways. But so the first week of the month, we kind of like really hit it hard with posting about challenge groups and inviting to challenge groups through social media. And that's kind of like our open enrollment week. And then that second week, we open up our group. And so we had one start on Monday. And then this whole first week is our preseason. A lot of people are still waiting for their challenge packs. And then, everything kind of overlaps. So as we open up this, new group this week, my coaches are kind of starting to brainstorm a free group and start inviting to a free group. Some of them have already opened a free group. We decided that running those early in the month is a good idea. We're giving people something free, and they feel like we're invested in their health and we care about them, and we're not necessarily trying to just make money off of them. We really genuinely want to help them. So we have crock pot groups. I'm going to be running a financial fitness group. We do the clean eating groups. We do, just about anything. We've done running. We've done push-ups. So we open up one of those, and then we are going to try a live coaching event. I've invited to Alyssa Showmaker's done this before. So basically, instead of running like a sneak peek group, we're just going to do like one night for 1 hour. We're going to open up a Facebook group, and then every 15 minutes, a coach on our team is going to post a video about them, addressing a different topic about coaching, like how do I get started? What was my transformation? Do you have to be in the best shape to be a good coach? How do you earn that type of stuff? So, and then we've done this like a preview of the 21-day fix, or an intro to the 21-day fix, just kind of leading into another group. And what we do is just share some recipes, share little snippets of the workouts. It's kind of like you guys probably did like a hammer and chisel like event or a launch group or something like that. So just to kind of give people an idea of, especially like with the 21-day fix and the containers, people really don't understand that. They see it, but they're like, well, but how does this all work? So just kind of like a free, couple day introduction to it, hoping that leads them into our next challenge group. All right, so personal and professional development, again, I can't stress this enough. When life gets really busy, it seems like, personal and professional development is the first thing to go out the window, myself included. Like if I wait to the end of the day to read and I'm like exhausted, I'm probably just going to go to bed. But when the going gets tough, personal and professional development is what gets you through. A lot of coaches get discouraged when they hear no. I mean, I think I heard no like 6 times today, and it just rolls off my shoulder now, because you know what? I used to let it really bother me until I got more confident about myself, and that confidence, helps me, I guess, kind of get over people saying no, because I understand, it's not about me. The reason they're saying no is not about me. It's about them. They're not ready. They are making excuses, or maybe I didn't present it well and I need to come up with a different approach, something like that. Maybe I didn't take enough time to form with them. So, it's addressing those insecurities and those weaknesses that we have, but also playing up on our strengths. I want to touch on having a strong why. Okay, so we ask our coaches, why do you want to do this? Well, I just really like to help other people. That's great. Yes, of course we all do. We want to help other people. Like that is part of why we do this. But to help other people and to have just like one of those real crappy days where you're like, ugh, I don't want to do any work for Beachbody. I just want to put my pajamas on. I want to lay on the couch. I don't want to do anything because your why isn't strong enough. So if it's just to help other people, that's not going to get you through those times where maybe you had a coach quit or you heard no 10 times in one day. It's got to be something stronger than that. It can't be, you can't have that excuse like, I don't need the money. You know, I find that really hard to believe that when I hear people say, I don't do this for the money, I don't need the money. I kind of question like, well, then why are you here? I feel like to me, that's like a little bit of a defense mechanism. Because who doesn't need more money? So maybe you work full time and you really love your job. You don't have to quit your job to be successful at this. You really don't. There's some days where I'm like, maybe I'm not going to quit my job because I kind of like working with kids. But, you know, that shouldn't define your success in this business. And you really need to take a good hard look if you're one of those people that says like, well, I didn't reach Success Club, but for me, it's really not about the money. I really take a good look and think about, I think you do, and that's why you're here, but times got tough, so I'm just going to throw that excuse out there because it makes me feel better. And that's really hard to kind of like internalize and take a look on the inside and just kind of have that mind shift. You know, and you're all here on this call tonight, so obviously this is really important to you. So kudos to you for hopping on tonight. It really does kind of help you stand apart from the other coaches who didn't take the time to get on the call. So what your strong why is, why do you need this to work? Do you need this to work? Because if you don't, you're going to go into foreclosure on your home. Or do you need this to work because your daughter really wants to be on this club volleyball team and you can't afford it right now? Do you need this to work because you're, you know, $50,000 in student loan debt? That's my why. That right there is what, you know, drives me every single night when I get home from my full-time job to just keep working. Because I know that since I started coaching, I've paid off $25,000 of student loan debt and paid off our truck, and it's been a weight lifted off my shoulders. It's improved my relationship with my husband because we're not so stressed out. So I think back to those things that have changed since I started, and that's my why, and that's why I'm going to keep going. So think about those reasons why you need this to work. Lack of direction, not lack of time, is what holds people back. So we all have, you know, the same 24 hours in a day. We've heard this before. If it's not a priority to you, you're not going to do it, period. I mean, and that's just kind of a point blank. There it is, right out in front of you. If it's not a priority to you, you're not going to do it. So I really encourage you all to, you know, if you really want this to be, you know, a lucrative business, then, you know, start taking those action steps and treating it like a business. That will help you get there. So that's what I got as far as slides go. Jen, would you want to do a question?
Oh yeah,
answer?
I'm gonna open it up to question and answers here, but oh my goodness, like you are seriously incredible. I sat here and I was like, I felt like Heather and I were.
Thank you. I just felt like I just like blacked out and just rambled. So like,
no, we were just another coach of friend of mine. We were texting each other, and I said, "Oh my God," she's like, "She's just preaching that. That's exactly what we feel. You know, we talk about." And it's kind of nice to hear from someone else too. You know, like we can say it and say it and say it, but when hearing it from someone else, it almost, you know, reassures you that, okay, we are doing the right things, and we're, I need to practice the tough love thing a little bit more because I'm always so afraid. And that's my personality, is I always want to make sure everybody likes me. I want to make sure everybody's happy with me. And I'm a people pleaser, and it's exhausting. So that's something I struggle with, is that, you know, kind of the honesty part of it of, you know, like you said, you know, your business is exactly the way it is because of what you aren't doing. And that's that is my mindset, but for me to say it, sometimes it's hard because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's the truth. It really is the truth. And I know it for myself. If I'm not doing something and I sit there and
The first
sulk,
time I heard someone say that to me, when I had someone say that to me, I was like, oh, snap, you're right. And that was like, I needed that. And, I am a mama bear and I love my team and they are really rock stars and they're just really caring, genuine people. But at the end of the day, like they are there. We are all there to make money for different reasons. And if I was just sugarcoating every single thing for them and not giving them those straight realities, I wouldn't be helping them get there. I didn't get to 4-star diamond because my coach and my upline coach, gave me pats on the back when I wasn't really doing a good job. Like we all need a kick in the pants. And I think too, when you have coaches who are just kind of skating by, that's when it's time to reach out to them and say, okay, what are your goals for this business? Do you just want the accountability? Because you know what? If you do, that's wonderful. That's great. We welcome you. We want you to be here. Do you want to help 3 people a month and pay for your Shakeology? Do you Disneyland? Well, then all 3 of those different paths that you can take require different amounts of work. So I think just really identifying with them, having that one-on-one conversation and figuring out where their head's at is really important.
I did have 2 questions. What was the book name again that you said you were reading?
Millionaire Messenger by Brandon Burchard. It's really great. It's not about, network marketing. It's about honing in on your strengths and how you can use that to serve other people and make money doing it. So, it goes through various different steps, like asking yourself these questions. It's almost like a workbook, just identifying what your strengths are and then learning how to like really hone in on those strengths, whether it's giving advice on this topic or whatever it may be. It's not about anything in particular, but it's about, self-reflection and identifying like what your strengths are, basically. It's pretty great. And you can follow him. He has a ton of videos on YouTube as well.
Okay. And then my other thing was, can you email me that star thing? I'm a paper and pen person, and that makes me really excited because actually what I printed was, I don't have it here sitting next to me. It was one of the contact lists. Like it kind of breaks it down it's in the Coach Online office, and it breaks down like your contact, like what you said to them, what your interaction was. And then if they bought a challenge pack, well, all I did was printed those out and I just handwrite in the things, my own stuff. I don't pay attention to what the stuff was at the top that was telling me what I should do, like follow up and all that stuff. So, Peggy, do you mean the graphics that she just showed? The, what do you call it? Oh my God, I didn't even think of the word.
Can we get a copy of all the graphics? Those were awesome. Especially the script.
I shared this with you, so you should be able to forward that, right?
Yeah.
And then
I actually printed out my copy. I was going through it the whole time you were talking.
Thank you.
This Power of Threes document, where I track like my people that I add and who I'm inviting and following up with and that whole sort of thing. It also has, like checking in your team page, your training groups, your back office. This is awesome if you cannot get your poop in a group, or if you have a brand new coach and they're so overwhelmed with like all the stuff that you learn right away in the beginning. This splits it up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What do I need to do on Monday? Okay, done. There's a spot for follow-ups on the back. There's a spot for all your calls that you should catch up with. And like, so national wake-up calls on here. You don't have to do it on Monday. You could do it on Wednesday if you have time on Wednesday. But I'll share this too. I just borrowed a lot of this from other coaches that I saw. Same thing with the stars sheet. I can't take credit. I don't remember where I got it from, but it's made a huge difference. Huge difference.
Okay. Yeah, so if you can just, I think you have my email, or maybe just if you have them in is it the Google Docs, or did you, otherwise I can send you my email address.
I should be able to just get it to you through Facebook here.
Okay. If you want to send both of those to me, I'll put them in my team that Peggy's in, and then I'll post it in my team page too. And then I will also share the Google Docs that you shared with me, if that's okay.
Yep, of course.
Okay.
I have a question for Leah.
Sure.
This is Cassandra. You mentioned that you use Pinterest. Is that for gaining followers, or what do you use Pinterest for your business?
Yeah, so this is like my new endeavor. I started my blog last summer-ish, not this past, but the one before. And it was just, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, well, I'm just going to post a bunch of recipes. Well, then I got to thinking, and everything I would search on Pinterest, I was like, man, I don't even Google anything anymore. I just search stuff. I want this type of recipe. I have these ingredients. I go to Pinterest. I don't Google anything. So I'm like thinking to myself, who is my niche market? Who am I trying to attract, and what might they be searching on Pinterest? Okay, I know my niche market is somebody that's in their mid to late 20s, early 30s, okay? Could be somebody that is getting married. Maybe they're looking to lose weight for that. So I started pinning a lot of photography pictures, like couple pictures. I started doing like wedding pins. Like I would repin stuff about weddings, like wedding bouquets and dresses and rings and that type of thing. Because if you think about like someone that's getting married, okay, they most likely are going to want to get in shape before their wedding day. So what are the types of things that those people are going to be looking for? And that's my niche market. If you're a mom, you know, would you be pinning stuff like DIY projects for your kids? Would you be looking for healthy school lunch ideas? Would you be looking for children's outfits? Would you be pinning, Christmas card photos? So get in the head, get in the mind of your target market and put yourself in their shoes, and what are they looking for on Pinterest? Because I don't even know that people Google anything anymore. So if you go to my Pinterest, it's like random. And I did it as a business Pinterest page, which I'm not sure if you guys knew you could do that, but you can, it can be business. I can't remember how I did it. But if you also are looking for a good social media book, go to Jab Right Hook by Gary Vandercheck. And also this one here too. The 1 week marketing plan is also a good one by Mark Satterfield. And I'll be honest, I am not done with this one yet because I have like reading ADD, and then I got the Millionaire, that one, and then I got sucked in. So I'm still working on that one, but I noticed that I'm getting a lot more followers on Pinterest. And so it's not just enough to create just Pinterest boards, because really what I want that to do is drive traffic to my blog. So they will see one of my boards, maybe it's, those engagement photos, and they will, I'm going to even upload my husband and our Christmas pictures too, and they will follow that board, they'll follow me, and then when they log into their Pinterest, my latest pins that I pin since they follow me, that's what's going to show up. So if you go to like your home page on Pinterest, those pins are like people that you follow, like they're popular pins. So I'm hoping that one of my challenge group pins will show up, or one of my healthy recipes will show up, and they'll click it and they'll go over to my blog and see the rest of my information, where I have my challenge group information, I have my coaching information, all that kind of stuff.
So you create like your own content, or are you just sharing other?
Both.
They're already out there?
Here, I can screen share and just show you quick.
Okay.
And this is all pretty new to me. But this is my area of professional development that I'm really working on. So I'm like taking any chance I can. Sorry, here's my FIAD teacher stuff. Okay, so my profile. So I've got my blog pages here. Then I have Shakeology recipes, 21-day fix, and I need to do a better job. Like I need to go through and clean some of this up because, you know, my Pinterest before was just like my Facebook before. It was just my personal stuff. It wasn't to help anybody or to serve anybody. It only served me. And now you need to look like through a different lens at your Facebook page and at your Pinterest page, because it is for other people. Like what is attracting other people? And so I do have some like secret boards that are just for me. But you know, so I post stuff like at-home workouts and I don't know, just like couples pictures, cleaning tips, organization, makeup, nails, getting even specific. Like if someone's searching for a pasta recipe, then I can like pin one of mine from my blog. So yeah. And then so my hope is somebody who's getting married is going to click here. They're going to follow my page. Then they're going to say, oh, what's this stuff? And I regret having Brownell Bootcamp as my name because I don't know, I wish I did that right when I first started, and I'm just going to keep it that way because I feel like it's too late. But if they go here, then I've got my hammer and chisel, you know, meal plan and my workout calendar that they might be interested in. You know, my challenge group stuff, recipes. Yeah, so the goal is to just drive more traffic to my blog. And I know it takes time. It takes time just like, you know, if you started a like page on Facebook, that takes time to get 1,000 followers. You know, it takes you months and months. But you have to still post consistently on Pinterest just like you do on Facebook, or your stuff will not show up. So, and you can sponsor ads too on Pinterest now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question. The challenge groups that you're running, are you running them with your coaches, or are you having your coaches run all of their own? So
what we do is we have just like a document in our team page, and anytime anybody has somebody to add to a challenge group, they put their person's name, what program they're using, and then they put their name. And we like to keep our groups at like 15 or less people. So like once our list is made, like, you know, we usually try to open up our challenge group on like a Saturday so people have time to access the grocery list and go shopping. So then somebody will just go through and usually it's me, but sometimes my coaches, you know, will go ahead and help me out with that. And they'll go through and they'll figure out a way to split it into 2 or 3 groups, like if it's getting really big. And then, you know, we try to keep it with people who are like veterans with the newbies so that, you know, and everyone's always free to run a group on their own. Like if they've got 10 people, then by all means, go ahead. But usually we just kind of chunk it down so that there's like 15 people in a group, because once you add like 15 challengers plus the coaches, then it gets really big. And, you know, some people don't like that. They like the smaller setting. The group kind of gets out of control. So, but yeah, we always run together.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about your challenge group. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You talked about a group the last week of the month. Is that for current challengers or are those brand new challengers?
Anyone who is who is not yet a customer, not working with a Beachbody coach. So what we would do in there is share, 21-day fix recipes. And we would share with them how to figure out how many containers they would eat. Like we're basically we're giving them everything but the actual physical workouts in containers. And I know that sounds crazy because it's like, well then why would they ever purchase the program? Well, guess what? If you go on Pinterest and you search 21-day fix, it tells you the container equivalents. You will find how to do the calculations for how many containers you eat. You will find a crap ton of recipes. Like, we might as well do all that hard work for them and give that to them and invest in them, and they will invest back in us. And a lot of times it works because they, you know, if they feel like, oh, this person's willing to like go out on a limb for me for a whole week and help me out for nothing, like, I trust them. I'm going to invest in them. I know that they really care about me. So that's why we kind of made that shift. And, you know, we started doing it because we kept getting all these questions and these people wanted to know all this information. We were like, let's put them in a group and let's just give them everything. And let's see what happens.
So how do you advertise for that?
Just like an intro to the 21-day fix. You want to learn about what the meal plan looks like. It's kind of like, you know, like a coaching sneak peek.
Okay.
You know, treat it that way. Every day, just post, you know, a little piece of information, and it could last 3 days. It could last 5 days. You know, it could be, you guys can make it your own. But yeah, sharing recipes and what a meal plan looks like. How do you cook for your families following this? Like, we have some moms on our team that do a really awesome job of, like, you know, creating family friendly recipes or husband approved recipes. Those are all really important because a lot of people think, like, I can't do this because then I can't feed my family. I don't want to make 2 meals every night. You know, you get those excuses.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, guys? Otherwise, we can end the call. Wait and see. No one? Well, thank you so much, Leah. Oh my gosh, this was awesome.
You're welcome. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm happy to answer any questions. Jen, I sent you those 2 documents. So.
Yep, I already put them in the group.
Awesome. Okay, now I want you guys to make sure you tell me how everything goes once you start using all these things. I'm telling you, if you start tracking everything you do and adding those people every day, it's going to skyrocket.
I think that whole Facebook friend list thing has been a huge thing for a lot of people. Like, they forget who are their friends. Because, I mean, who wants to scroll through that pictures of everybody every day, and right there in front of you got your list.
Yeah. Well, and I would have to look back, but I watched a call one time. It was somebody from corporate, and they said something like, get out your friends list and go through everybody, and then all those people that you continuously keep skipping over and not inviting, put their name on a list, and right next to their name, write down, why are you not inviting them? Because really, it's not up to you to make the decision whether this is right for them or not. But it is our duty to share it with them. So you present it in a kind-hearted way, in a helpful way, and let them make the decision. And of course, it's going to take a little front-loading by creating that relationship with them first, so it's not weird. But there are those people that I used to, like, skip over. I'm like, they don't want to do this. They're not interested. Well, yeah, they were. And I was like, I fell off my chair. I'm like, God, for months I just, like, kept skipping over these people. So yeah, if you get all those names printed out in front of you and you keep skipping over those people, put them on a separate list. Like, this will be like, once I grow a pair, I'll invite these people, and, like, right next to their name, why am I not inviting them? Because most of the time it's because of something inside of you. You're scared or insecure or whatever it is. So got to get over those hurdles.
I think the hardest thing, the biggest sting, is when you have been going over those names and then you see that they're in a challenge group with somebody. Or like me, I was looking at that December group that Carl's in. Yep, I see about 3 people that I'm posting, and I'm like, are you kidding me? They were like people that were a little bit older than me in high school, and I get along with them. I could talk to them in person, but for some reason I did not send an invite. And they're like, oh yeah, I've been doing 21-day fix for a couple months. I love it. And I'm like, darn it. So yeah,
Yep, that's what do it now. Don't wait. Don't wait, because you know what? You guys were in this business at the exact right time. Like, this company is going to explode. Like, they're going to be, you know, first they branched off to Canada and they're going to go to Europe next. Like, we need to hit it while it's hot and reach out to all of your contacts, like, right now, because down the road, like, the number of coaches that are joining this company every day is like ridiculous. So, you know, there's always going to be people to help. You know, I think Carl has said that before. There's never going to be a shortage of people that want to get healthy, that need to get healthy. It's just a matter of being creative and finding those people and getting out of your own way and allowing yourself to go do that. So.
Well, I just really want to thank you again. This was so good. I was so excited. I couldn't wait for the whole week, but I'm so glad that you did this. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank
And I can't wait for you to come and talk on my team. We'll find out to come and visit my girls and my one guy.
Yes, see?
Poor guy. Should we do a quick screenshot?
Yeah. I don't know if everybody's got their videos on.
All right, everybody, get on the camera. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it. Cool. All
right. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.